Everybody's different. Colour. Size.
Colour, size, yeah, what else?
Style. Appearances. We're all different because of the way we've brought up.
Chabtown, basically the area is. It's a cultural place.
There's Indian, Bengali, Pakistani, Gujarati, Punjabi, English.
We've got white friends and they are white but they don't act white.
They're one of
Yeah, they're one of us. We're all,
You've
yeah.
grown up with them,
yeah.
so.
They're one of us.
This end there's a lot of Asians. Down the next end there'll be blacks, there'll be us, there'll be whites, there'll be all sorts.
I'm a Bengali, she's a Pakistani. There's other people, there's Indian, that's Asian.
I think the community in Chabtown's split kind of, like Spencer places like the split, because like the Asians are like there, even though that goes to the Hare Hills, like Asians are like the bottom half, and like the West Indian communities are the top half, but it's not like just West Indian, because like white people and stuff live here as well, and like Chinese and everything, so it's kind of more mixed up here.
African, Jamaican, Somalians, what's that, Kosovan or something? Yeah. Chinese. There's Sikhs, yeah.
If you don't know, if you haven't been here, then you would think it is just like Afro-Caribbean people, like black people, but it's not.
My Czech Republic friend at school, he says the only reason he moved over here is because over where he was, there was racism going on over there, so he moved over here because one of his friends live over here and he said it's all right over here. I mean, to me, it's friendly. I don't know for other people, but seems all right.
You can walk down the street and people are really friendly, they know each other, it's really good.
So I think a black community is like just growing up together, and it's like a big group of people that see the same struggles and see the same things in life, so they can relate to each other, so feel safe with each other.
Compared to us, they dress different, they look different. Some people, you know, their accent, the way they talk different. You
trust people that you live around, and it's like because you feel like you can identify with each other and say like, what things that I've been through in my life, he's been through in his life, because we've grown up together.
Since I've moved into this house, I still don't know a lot of people around here, and I will walk past them and say hi, but the thing is, they don't respond back because of whom they are.
Some people will look at us, and that has happened in the past. They say, look at her, she's an Asian, this and that. Or why
they judge you?
They just judge you.
I won't even say like it was like being black that it's like unites us. Yeah, it's just like growing up here and being with this, what it's like here, like growing up.
And most of the generation is just black. It's not the fact that we're just only like black people around here. Most of the generation is black, that's all. But anybody who's not black, any other ethnic race, they do get along around here.
They say like, oh, look at her, look at the way she is, why is she here for, why does she have to come to this country, blah, 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 just because we're Asian. But end of the day, yeah, we've got the rights to live here as well as them.
Living in Chabtown is a culture, yeah, and that's what like bonds the community, because we all go through it together, the things that go on, the bad things and the good things.
I say I'm British because I'm born here, and if I was born in somewhere else, I'd be that. It's like if I was born in Jamaica, I'd be Jamaican.
Obviously, our ancestors and that are from a different island, but obviously, I was born here, so I class myself as black British. And as it should say white British, but it doesn't, because here was dominated by the whites, so they just say it's a white country anyway. So basically, when a black person comes into it, I don't know, definition yourself as black British.
When you grow up and you experience different things, that's your culture, what you've experienced and how you live your life. So say a white person growing up in Chabtown will be different to a white person growing up in All Worldly. So like, I think it's on the inside because like, they'll see and experience same things. It's just that black people is the majority in Chapeltown, so that's why it's seen as a black community when really it's just the community.
Say like a person came up to me and they said, "Where are you from?" and I said Chapeltown. To them it'd probably be a wow, because they've heard so much rumours, it's unbelievable.
Most people do think that it's a scary place.
When it's a nice place to live in.
That's what I thought before I moved into here.
Chapeltown's got a reputation for gun crime, drug dealing.
Because they're here just a little bit, so it gets exaggerated.
It goes on and on and on.
There's drug selling around here, there's robberies, but like I say, everywhere is the same.
People do think that there's a lot of dealers here, and they think, they're kids that they might get into that habit of, dealing and smoking and all that. They think, that's why they think this is a bad place, but it's not really a bad place. If you keep your sons and daughters away from it, then why not?
There's nothing that really bad that happens in Chapeltown that don't happen in other places, but it's just that it's just more glorified in Chapeltown than they say it's Chapeltown.
Yeah, and if there's a shooting somewhere else, they don't make it as a much bigger issue as if it was in Chapeltown. They try to print the word Chapeltown in it.
The only way you see all that stuff is if you're involved in it. If you're not involved in it, if you've got like a job and you're doing your job, you won't see any of that unless you see it in the newspaper or something like that.
We haven't heard of Belle.
You haven't?
No.
It's in Leeds, it's Belle Isle, it's in Leeds.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
You've heard of Beeston?
Yeah, I heard of Beeston.
Have you heard of Middleton?
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
No.
I lived in Chapeltown my whole life, yeah. I can't even say that I've even been to Belle Isle or them places there before. I ain't been any of them places before. I don't even know what goes on in them places. All I know is that white people live there. That's all I know, so there's no reason for me in my life to have ever come there.
Hales is like most Asian that lives in Hales.
Seacroft, it's got more British people living in that area.
I'm not being rude or anything, but there's like more black people live around this area, if you know what I mean.
Don't feel safe in other areas because I don't really know nobody.
If you go to a place where you've never been before and you see white people and they'll be shouting racial comments, if they hear people around them doing it, they're obviously going to copy and do it. And the parents are not going to say, well, don't do that because it's rude. They've probably heard their parents saying it too.
When you're with your own, you're safe and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think if you go somewhere else, you're out of sorts, you don't know what's going on, you're not in control.
Everybody knows each other around here, so basically we'll stick together.
Carnival's like a celebration, well, I don't know what the celebration is about. It's just like a gathering and a get-together.
It's just people selling like horns, like carnival horns, clothes, sometimes books.
And they drink and they sing and jump up and down and have fun.
I think this year it's going to be more based on the emancipation because of the 200 years, but when it's not focused on slavery, then it probably is just about the community of Chapeltown coming together.
It mixes up every race because it's there for everyone, you see, so it mixes up every race.
Because it's a predominantly black area, that's why I think it's based in Chapeltown.
People come down from all sorts of the places just to come to Carnival.
As soon as you say where you're from, yeah, that immediately just puts a stereotype onto you. Yeah. Even if that person that you spoke to already didn't have a stereotype about black people, they was like completely not racist. And like, they had no stereotype about a black person. As soon as you say I'm from Chapeltown, then bam, you just stereotyped.
When I grow, well, I am growing. I'm gonna go to after school, I'm gonna go to college, and then go to university, and then, I'm gonna do beauty, business and IT, and then, later on in life, I'm gonna open my own salon.
Because we grew up with like negative stereotypes, it makes us work harder than the normal person in a different area would have to work.
I'm planning to stay on another year at school, study MBQ level 3, and then after that I want to go uni and study law.
In other places, it's a standard thing. You go to school, you go to college, you go to university, you get a job and whatever, you have your family and whatever, but I'm not saying it's easier for them, but it is easier for them than it is for us.
The people from Chapeltown that go to the same school as me, they're going away like on the teachers, and me personally, I don't go on that way because I know if I'm going on that way, I ain't getting the education.
If you go to a white community, they're the ones that they're having trouble with school as well, so I think it's just youth as a whole having trouble in schools.
Who I look up to is a person who sets the most examples and show them the right way.
Michael Richards, he's a role model because he showed that a black person from the community, and he only actually lived around the corner from here where we are now, that you can actually make it in the world, that you can actually get a career that you do want, which was football, what he focused on. I also went to school with him. He's always studied football and gone forward with it, and now he's made it.
Don't look at it.
You can look at it.
We need to post it.
I mean, on the hat.
What was your involvement in the film? My involvement was to speak from a person from Middleton to give my views on various aspects of Middleton and of other places, and my knowledge of maybe other cultures and things. And also to come together to another group to speak about what we saw in the film and to question some of the things that was raised, and just so we now have a better understanding of what is in one city, and to know the various peoples that live within our city that we sort of pass each other on a day-to-day basis but don't really get to know each other, and so that was my involvement.
What have you got out of this, probably this film? Free publicity and stardom. That's a joke. Seriously, what I got is this feeling, the feeling of like I got it out of my chest because I got issues around like diversity, or mainly the issue of being different in the community that's different. So it's like you don't know where you fit in and how you fit in, so expressing that confusion and a hope that things can be better, I think was a very good feeling, because yeah, as I said, I got it off my chest.
Oh, my mates once and went, "Where are you from?" I said, "Belle Isle." They went, "Where's that?" Like, it didn't exist.
We're exactly in the middle between Hunslet and Middleton, so it's like sometimes people aren't heard of us.
In Belle Isle, it's bits and bats. It's a bit rough and it's a bit like normal.
I think Middleton and Belle Isle is exactly the same. I feel as safe in Belle Isle as I do in Middleton.
Between Belle Isle and Middleton, it's basically different cultures. Middleton's more rougher than Belle Isle. I don't really know why.
I live in Middleton, which is quite a nice place. It's an up-and-coming area now.
Around here, everyone knows each other. We all get along with each other.
All my immediate family live on the same street. I live at one end and my nana lives at the other, and my auntie lives at the end of it.
Loads of people seem to be close to each other.
Grandparents around the corner, cousin and auntie and all that, exactly opposite. From top of Belle Road, you see
pretty much everything.
You have like good view at city compared to areas further up.
Belle Isle and Middleton, back in the day, they've never liked each other because they used to have little gangs. Back in mid-70s, 60s.
I've known people that have just stepped out of the house up Miggy that had been attacked upon by a load of lads. So I think Miggy is a lot dangerous than Belle Isle.
Sometimes there's bad things that happen, like people do steal cars and like traumatising things happen, and that's why we get put down as a bad place.
The reputation is that it is for vandalism, for a bit of crime, but I don't think it's as bad as what everybody sees it as.
Like, I can't remember the last time I heard anyone get mugged in Belle Isle.
Because they don't broadcast it, do they?
Majorly, the community is like white. We have got a few different bats of like Asians and other coloured people around here.
This is a kind of mainly white working class area, and me being from a different background, I may come across some people who just can't stand
different people.
I've got mates who are Poles, I've got different mates, and they've come in like Belial, and me and some of my mates, or some of the other people have actually welcomed into the community and showed them around at the parks. We've got different parks, we've showed them schools around and what you could do around here.
I don't usually go off into different areas like Seacroft.
Yeah. Lincoln Green, Cross Gates.
I've been to Cross Gates.
There's no reason for us to go out to any other areas.
There's more shops up, aren't we?
Is there?
I've heard of Hare Hills, but I'm not too familiar with it.
We'll think that Chapel Town's rough, even though I've never been there, because that's what everybody says.
Chapel Town's got a bigger variety of, I think, cultural people in that area.
We ain't got a big reputation as other parts have, such as Little London, Chapel Town, and maybe Beeston.
Beeston's different from Belial because it's mostly Asian populated.
We don't really defy areas by cultures and that. It's just what we hear about the area, if it's rough or not.
If I did go to somewhere where it wasn't mainly white populated, I probably would feel a bit insecure, not having an understanding of who they are and their ethnic backgrounds.
Quite a few of my friends live in Beeston because it's like the local school. So when I walk through Crossfats Park and that, I'm scared because of all Muslims and that.
The reason why they got a bit of a rep is because it's like a bit like the cultures. People think because they're all coloured, they think they're going to cause trouble.
They jump here and stuff like because there's been jumping, stabbings, and people, they have guns and threatening to shoot people and everything.
I define myself as white British because that's what I really am. I am British.
Because I've been nowhere but England, I feel pure English.
I just know I'm white British, but I don't know how to explain it.
I was born in England, I've been raised in England, and I've not lived anywhere else like Wales, Scotland or Ireland, so I don't believe that'll make me British.
I couldn't just describe myself as white English because I aren't just English.
Do you take it from where you was born or where you're from?
I'd probably describe myself as white English because that's just where I come from.
Yeah.
Is Britain like all England, Wales, Scotland and all that? Or is it just... Yes and no?
Yeah, it is. It's all of that.
Right, so... Yeah, I describe myself as white British because I'm half Scottish as well.
Being white British it's pretty good, but in other terms it ain't good because you get a lot of stick just for being white. I mean, you get racist words structured such as you're white trash and all that.
Being born and raised in Britain, I would class myself as working as a working class white British. For me, that's who I am.
His dad's Scottish and he sometimes uses Scottish words, but we have family in Scotland and stuff, so we feel Scottish.
White British. I can't explain what it means to me, but it's just it's I can't describe it. It's just the way I feel.
It's very rare that you would really see Asians or Muslims or of a black ethnic background.
I've got a black friend who lives up top of the street. I've a few Asians around there, so. Plus I also know people from other cultures.
When I knew that I'd be living in Belial, I knew that it was kind of a mainly white community. Nearly 99% of people living here are white. I kind of joked with friends saying, now, I'm going to educate people about diversity, seeing this tall black guy walking down the street, so they know that this community, which is the British community, is not only a white community.
I do sometimes have trouble understanding if there may be Asians or Muslims or ways to differentiate the two, but I do understand there's other, like maybe from Spain or France and things, but I've never actually come across them or know how to interact with them because of the different perceptions that people do have.
I just want to know why people want to come to England and stuff like that and move into Leeds, and so that we've got a mixed race community. But I think I won't mind at all, but why do they come and try and hurt us and stuff like that?
I think it's just rumours that people have. The local terrace as well, that's become really big as well in Middleton as well, with it being like local to Beeston.
I don't know that many racist people in this area, so
I don't know one racist person.
Someone told me that lives round here that they don't like Muslims because their mate got beat up by some. I said, but what about if your mate got beat up by some white people? Would you stop hating white people?
They think, oh, because I'm white, I can do what I want, and I could pick on that certain coloured person and call him the N-word or the P-word. I'm not really sure why white people don't like black people. It might have just been back in the day, such as slave trade. That might have been it, and like might have been passed down from generations.
Most people just stick to what they know, so they're not mixing as much.
I think another thing to blame is stereotypes.
People coming from different countries seem to get homes quicker than people that have been waiting years. So sometimes you think that's not fair.
We don't know if that's true because it's like everyone says it. It just could be a rumour that someone's just said. We don't know that for a fact.
They did actually build a new school where they were merging a school that were mostly Asians and a school that were mostly whites into one another.
And what it is, they put them together, and that's called Southwood High School. Right, and what is it caused a big riot and it went news.
A lot of people were scared about going into school about it, and some people were actually thinking of going in to have a fight.
Before they actually merged the school, they actually asked parents what they thought, and a lot of the parents said it wasn't a good idea, but the school just didn't pay any attention.
It's always been pressure between those two schools in the past, and just bringing them together, it's just like chaos.
Because we're a white populated area, to be seen with somebody from the opposite, it is seen as not right in a sense, which I don't believe in, but it is seen as something that's wrong.
I don't think it's right to support the British National Party because loads of people do support it around here because you see all the stickers on windows and stuff.
I've seen the posters saying vote BNP stuck on a lot of lampposts. So, but other than that, I don't really think of the BNP having much influence into Belial.
During election, I could see BNP kind of posters all over the place. And it was scary, I have to be honest.
They're not really that used to people like different in their community, and then they just turn up, so they wouldn't really talk to them because they're not like anyone else.
And there's so many social and economical issues going on beneath all the whole cultural thing that people are talking about, because some people are deprived, and when people are deprived, they sometimes express in a different way or in a negative way what they're feeling.
I'm mates with someone in Beeston, and they say a lot of people in Beeston are wary about going up to Belial.
The reputation is there, and then I'm careful when I can't, for example, walk around at night, like 11 o'clock, after 10 o'clock, when it's pitch black, because you never know who's behind you.
I think it'd be good to get to know different cultures live, but you'd also be like wary about how that culture sees you.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you enjoy taking part in that movie? Yes.
Did you enjoy taking part in it?
I'll make it a bit harder, yes. Why? It's kind of somewhat different. Not a lot of people willing just to do it. To get to know different communities, different cultures, and give my own opinion as well. the way I've seen things develop and change through the years I've grown up in Leeds. That's it.
Why did you get involved with in one city? Well, I mean, I didn't participate in the film. I wasn't filmed, but I was just kind of, organizing some people who participated in the film, and I believe it was really good, very interesting, and the best way to get involved with other people, other cultures. You're right when you say, I mean, if somebody lived in just one corner or one single area in the city, they don't know about other areas, they don't know about other places or about other cultures around them. So it is a fantastic way how to find and explore the rest of the city.
I would like to get to know a lot of different people, but it's quite hard to try and our places to go to interact with us. So it is nice that we can get together and I can ask questions without feeling I'm either intimidating another person or that I feel silly by not knowing. So for me it's been sort of like an educational as well as doing this film and getting it out. So I felt that it's been good for me and possibly for other people that watch it.
I'm from Eritrea, and I've been here I've been in England for 5 years.
Yeah, Kenya, Sudan, Somalia.
I'm from Congo. I was born in Bukavu. Yeah, I think it's the third city in Congo. Yeah, it's the third biggest city.
Kurdistan is a country in the Middle East. 1920 became dividing by 4 pieces.
Which is the biggest part, it's in Turkey, and the other part in Iran, in Iraq and Syria.
There is a Red Sea here, and then the Somalia is around here, and then Eritrea is around it.
Congo is in Africa, yeah, mid of Africa.
Our neighbors, even they don't believe that the Kurdistan exists.
Our country is between Africa and a little bit of Arabic people, like Asian people. So it's just like a mix.
1700 years ago, we have the empire there, very big empire. After that, we're not.
I don't know a lot about politics from Kurdistan, and I'm not really into that thing, so I don't really know about that.
The Kurdish, we still don't have their country to call him like a Kurdistan or something like that. But we believe that we have a Kurdistan. So we still struggle to have this country, to have this place.
There's a war going on, so I don't know much about it because I left there in 2000, yeah.
If you stay there, you might study, but at the end of the day, you're gonna go to a place called an army, and they take you without even saying yes or no. It's not your choice.
I remember the airplanes came, yeah, and it was a military airplane, and it was from Iraqi government, and by one rocket, it shoot the library, our library. It was one of the rich library in the Middle East. There was books, thousand years ago. The books was really big down there. All was burned. Our library is burned. Our house is burned. Our history is burned.
If you see the history, they are always fighting the Kurdish, killing a lot of. Sometimes it is, it's like a genocide.
That's why we came here, yeah, to look for peace. When I came to Leeds, I was 11.
I've been living in Leeds about 6 years, 5-6 years now.
We came to Leeds, then we went Conventry. Then after we came Leeds.
I lived in London for a bit and Huddersfield for a bit as well, and Leeds next.
When I came here, I was quite happy, and I was happy with the city, yeah?
Here, it's much better. In my country, they're trying to make buildings and stuff. So when you go around, there's not that much buildings and stuff. The buildings are old and stuff. And some of them are broken.
It is a lot of difference at the beginning, because in everything, you know, when you came to the different country, the things are, even the weather different, even the flowers different, even the roads different, and everything, even the face is different. So that is, for me, it was like kind of shock.
Sometimes I think, why is not sunshine is coming today, you know? But when I see the green things, all the green stuff, I say, oh, Faidus, we have still life.
I went to the other area, but I don't know the names. So it is different, actually.
I live in areas that's like about 15-minute walk from town. Over there it's kind of mixed. You got the black, you got the Asian, you got the white.
Aries is different to Beeston, very, very much different. Because in Beeston was danger, but Aries was like a happy place because you see everyone down there and you kind of make friends easier.
You got Beeston where all the like people coach, and other side of Beeston you got all this white, only whites in there.
Lincoln Green is really a good area. It's alright actually. It's a lot of stuff there, a lot of people there, mixed people, different countries.
The Kurdish in here, in the Lincoln Green, they have like safe feeling in here because a lot of Kurdish living in this area.
I don't like to be there because if I was there, I wouldn't learn English that fast because they all speak Kurdish.
If you go to a place like Gibton, Seacroft, and them places, you see just one colour, you're thinking, okay.
On my street, you can't see any Asian person or black person walking down this street before, but now you can see much of them walking, you know what I mean?
Holbeck is more a white area than multicultural, really. And here you got the Asian. Over there is Asian, but it's like small numbers.
I heard of Middleton, but I don't know where is it actually.
In Chapeltown, where I used to live, it was a big community of the Caribbean black down there, and African as well.
But I only go to there to visit my friends sometime. And it's okay, but at night time it's not very good actually to go down there. It's very dangerous. That's what I heard.
When you go down there, it's like a different thing because you only see like black people, and you're like, what's wrong with this area? Like, how come there's no other racist people there? So you're like, it feels like people are left alone there. And for some places, like when you go to Hare Hills, and see all Asian people there, and you're like, how come there's no black people there and there's no Asian people back in Chapeltown? And you're like starting to think, how come people don't do that? And then you think back again, oh, it has to do I think it all has to do with racism. Like people, they don't like each other for some reason, and I really don't know why.
If you mix everything together, like everyone just got along together, but when you got the area just like one colour, that's what you're thinking. If you're going there.
When the beginning any nationality came in this country, like asylum or refugee or whatever, if you're asking, small sample, if you're asking for the house in the council, they offer you a house in this area where your nationality is, or your community is. They believe we will live in a peace together down there. They don't know they will create a small country in this area.
Actually, I have a friend, the council give him the house in somewhere else, and he cancelled it. He say, I need in Lincoln Green.
It's better to have all kind of races together so they can interact and learn from each other, like how it's like in their countries.
It's no point to be a part of the city in one area, like say, I'm a Kurdish people, I'm a Kurdish community. True, respect your community, respect your idea, your cultures, keep it, but use it when it's a meant time to use. But in the natural and social life, please mix.
I think where you've grown up is actually where you come from. It don't matter where you were born, because you could have been born there and then straight away come to this country.
I think I'm black African, yeah, and I think in another way, yeah, because I don't know that much about Africa, because when I left Africa I was a kid, so I would say I'm black British as well.
Black African?
Pretty Somalian, really.
Brown Kurdish British.
Kurdish / Dutch / a bit British as well.
Sure, I'm Kurdish, but when I became a British citizen, I will be part of this land.
For me, if I say Kurdish British, it is because I am Kurdish and I live with you.
I just don't get why people have to the black British, Irish, and I just don't think that is important, you know.
Certain people don't ask you, are you British or not? It's like assuming it really. Like, what, are you Somalian? Yeah, I'm Somalian. That's the end of it. What, are you Somalian? That's it.
If you say British, you wouldn't really put yourself there, but since you've grown up there and you've gone to school there, you've had your education there, like you have a bit of British in you as well.
British is something that it is the political things behind this name. It's not a cultural things.
The young one, like, that's Somalian. He's came to the country now. He's not even English. When you start speaking to them, then you're thinking, yo, how come you got your Yorkshire accent? No, like, yeah, because I was brought up here, that's why. But you said it's Somalian? Yeah, British Somalian. You never heard that one before? You'd be like, no.
I believe in myself. I have a two personality in myself. One of them belong of Kurdistan and one of them not belong of anywhere, and I am absolutely free in the other part of me.
For me, like what I say, I like to say I'm a human. I'm a citizen of human.
England, for me, it is like how you go to the festival and you see a lot of cultures and these things. So most of the city in England, it's like that. If someone doesn't scary of losing the cultures, he doesn't mind if he mix it with the others.
When I moved to like, you see, like, even in high school, like, black people just chill themselves, Asian people chill themselves, and I was like, where am I then? Where am I? I'm an Asian or black. I knew I'm black, but I'm Muslim. I'm saying that was the big part of my high school as well. I was like, I am Muslim. I am black. I'm saying, and then everyone like, yeah, you with us? No, you with us? Like, I'm thinking, wow, where to fit in?
When I came here, I couldn't speak English, so some people joke at me. I don't know, they swear. Sometimes they swear that I thought they were saying hi, and I said hi too. And when they did this, I thought they were saying like hi. This is kind of hi. And I did this back.
I was shy. I came first time school, and some people call me names. They call me swearing words, and some people say stupid things.
My first day in school, I had a fight. Yeah, and I had a fight because first I didn't know how to speak English, and second they just wanted to bully me.
When I went to my primary school, they didn't really talk to me because they didn't know who I was. But I did speak English all right then. And since they knew that I could speak English, they started to talk with me and they started asking me questions about Holland and all that. So I asked them questions back, and that way I really got to know Leeds a bit better.
When I came down to Leeds, I was 19 years old. And it was nice for me because I didn't was mixing with the English cultures before. It was one of my my hobby to mix with the new cultures.
Certain people like lack of culture, not lot of like lack of education, and then they don't want to learn about other people. They want to get to know you, where you come from.
Some people don't make friends because they don't go out. You know, they don't go play football with others. They don't go have fun with others. They don't go talk to other people. You know, they prefer talking to people that speak their language or people that they got the same skin color.
A lot of people ask me where you from because they don't know where exactly I'm from actually, and they say, are you from India sometime? And I'll say, do I look like Indian?
One of the things for me that make the communities are divided, it is because of they don't have the main place to make them to join all the cultures together.
The Pakistanis fight with the Kurdish, and the Kurdish fight with the English fight with Pakistanis, the black people fight with Pakistanis. All the people are fighting together. All the people from the other countries. Like, if there's one black fighting, all the blacks gonna come and fight. And when there's one Kurdish, all the Kurdish gonna come and fight. So there's lots of fighting going on.
When one of us in trouble, all of us be there. I mean, all of us. Like, one time in Gibson, this woman had this white neighbours were just annoying her all the time. And one time, they broke her window somewhere. And within a minute, you seen hundreds of Somalians, 20, 30 cars just there. Not because we're gonna hate the white people, it's because the woman live by herself. You know what I mean? And you can't really see it because the woman live by herself. You can take advantage. Nah. You know what I mean? Nah, man.
one of my friends was just moved down there. He just moved down Middleton, so we went to his house. You know, so before we went, we never even get to his house because people are looking at us everywhere we pass.
I think it's just trusting, isn't it, really? You don't trust other colours. You don't trust, that's the main one, I mean.
I first walked through this park. There were this few of boys playing football. And they all just stopped playing football looking at us. So I was like, oh my God, what's that? And they were just looking at us, they start talking about us. So I was like, what's this about? You know, and when we start walking, we just saw them like coming behind us, you know, like following us. So there were 5 of them following us behind. So when we keep on going, I just saw they were like 2 minutes later, they like 10 of them. So I just saw like this feeling telling me that I'm not safe, is in danger. Why would a few boys follow us for? You know what I mean? So I just tell my friend we need to go to get on a bus and go back to town because this place is danger. Congolese community, you know, I don't see them every week. So your community is people around you. You know what I mean? So this is my community.
There's a football pitch down there where many communities people go there. I go there myself and I play football with the people there.
If you go to football, you have to be English, man. You got on with it. Because I think some kids are Holbeck. They can't even speak, some African can't even speak English, like African background. But if they're good in football, they'll be like, yo, come here. Communicate with the white kids, come here. Play in my team. The guy like, but he couldn't play football?
My football team in South Leeds in Middleton, down there, on my team, it's me, that's from Kurdistan, one of my friends from Iran, and one black guy. All together, all the rest is just white people.
For me, it's hard to decide to live forever with someone not belong of your culture.
Eritrean people says we have to marry Eritrean person, like my mom says sometimes, saying you have to marry Eritrean person and they have to be a Muslim. So that's what she says all the time to me.
Sometimes you have the problem of the language. So how can you decide to live for 40 years, 15 years with someone and you can't describe what is in your heart?
I say I marry anyone I like, as long as I love the person and who respects me, and that's what I say. And then she said, no, you have to marry a Eritrean guy and I have to Muslim. And I said, all right, I won't mind the bar actually. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. That's what I wanted.
We are human, however your color, however your culture, however your religion. We're still brother, we're still in a life together. We are in the same ship. If happen anything for us, it happen for everybody.
Most of my good friends are black people, so I just play with them. And when they're with the other people, like with their mates, and they're black as well, so they don't say anything to me like, oh, he's Kurdish, don't play with him. They're just all good. We're all good together.
If any time this land need me to fight for it, I'm ready to go to war for him because I'm living. I have to protect my house, my land. This city where I'm living inside.
When you see something or someone different, the first reaction is fear. But after a while, when you start to know the person, when you start to know that the person said the same emotions as you, the same feelings as you, fear, happiness, sadness, joy, love, then we start to see that there's not much difference really.